Hey YouTube, it's Durak Master, and I've got some good and bad news right before this deck video. This deck is not using 100% of the cards in the booster pack that just came out, Rise of the Duel Masters, but it is using a lot of the new stuff. I haven't gotten to experiment too much with the stuff, and I'm not positive that this deck will work great. It's tough for me to know. I don't have anyone to test with right now, and I'm going to test with this deck probably at my local tournament this weekend. And my store won't be running the Kaijudo League, it looks like, so I've ordered my promos. I'll have those soon. But I didn't get everything I wanted. I don't know if Hovercraft, I don't know if I would be using it, but I don't have any Hovercraft Glurgles here. I'd probably be using those instead of Seneschal or something. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'd have to test it, that's the thing. This deck has not been tested yet, but it's just I wanted to get something out there, see what you guys thought. And if this goes up before my tournament, maybe I can get some feedback from the community here as to what I might want to incorporate, what's worth changing, and some other things. So I'll give you some explanations of why things are in here at the end, but until then I'm going to jump right into this. And the explanation is more for people that want to know why, or want to maybe say, or counter, like just kind of argue against me using it, so, in the comments. So if you want to help me out, you might want to listen to the end. If not, and you're just here for the video of the deck, you might want to just kind of watch and head out after that. So first off, I've got 3 Dark Scaredorable. It's basically Zagon with a little bit less power, but comes in and breaks a shield guaranteed. So, good finisher to have. I've got 1 Razorkinder Puppet just because I like being able to choose what my opponent discards, and this is mostly for pesky, like really pesky late game cards, and that's about the only reason he's in there. I've got 3 Bat Breath Scaredorable, just for early game pressure and forcing them to use some of their maybe Terror Pits or whatever on this. Definitely forces out the Bone Blades, stuff like that. Just basically gives me some guaranteed shields or makes them waste a card. I've got 3 Terror Pit, just kind of obvious there. 3 Bone Blades to counter stuff like Scaredorable and Heal a Flame and whatever else that needs to be dealt with early. And 3 Dark Return for reusing my creatures. Not positive on how this is all going to work. It seemed like it's been doing okay, but I'm not positive there. So I'm going to move into the water. I've got 3 Queen Orion for the unblockable factor here, and the fact that it's not killable by all the easy kill spells, so really good, double breaker unblockable. I've got 3 Hydro Spy in here for the obvious reasons. 2 Seneschal for draw power again. Crystal Memory being the best search card we have right now, because it searches really anything you want, adds it to your hand. So, really good. And 3 Logo Scan for the draw power, kind of obvious there too. Into the light, mostly a blocker engine, but I've got 2 Keeper of Dawn just to recycle any spells I might need, seeing as this kind of has a low control aspect to it with not having anything like regular Razorkinder or any discard power at all, so it might need some of that stuff. Got 2 Grandgur, 2 Keeper of Twilight, 2 Jade Monitor, 3 Sunstalk Seed, and 3 Stormspark Blast, kind of obvious there. Stormspark Blast is back, I'm going to use it. So, to you that don't want to listen to my explanations and my little analysis here, thanks for watching the video. I hope if you haven't subscribed already you will, and I hope you enjoyed it. And for the rest of you that are going to stick around for this, I hope that this kind of gives you some insight onto this and my decisions, and hopefully you can help me out a little bit too. So I'm not going to go over anything rather obvious. The blockers are in there because they're blockers, obviously. So basically all of light is pretty self-explanatory until I get to stuff that I left out. But blockers are a little weaker now with all the kill spells and kill creatures and mass wipe cards there are, like the new Scarlet Sky Terror or whatever it's called, something Wyvern, Crimson Wyvern, something like that. So I'm just going to get into a little detail on these because they're new, and that's the only reason. Crystal Memory, just really good Shield Blast search card, and in a larger deck it helps you search out exactly what you need, and especially if they break a shield, I mean, just grab something good that you can play, and really helpful. Sadly I didn't have the Glurgles, as I said, Hovercraft Glurgle, so didn't have time to experiment with those, but I've got the 3 Queen Orion, just because I know I've got like 3 Dark Return and all that kind of stuff, but I want to have 3 just so that I'm likely to draw one for when I need one, I'm able to put one into the mana, and I can potentially have 2 at once like that. And that's about all I'll need. I could cut it down, but I'm kind of liking having 3 because most of the time 1 or 2 of them end up in the mana, and I need to have 1 in play, quote unquote. 3 Dark Return because they return a creature of your choice. I mean, if you have 6 mana, you can do that and then play Scaredorable or, I don't know, a blocker or Hydro Spy or anything. So it's good. It returns things for the next turn, like say if they killed off Queen Orion, if you have 9 mana you can play it. If you have if you have limited mana and you can't play it, you can wait until next turn and do it. A lot of times that would be really useful with something like this where you drop it and it kills something. So say you've got 8 mana, you've got a Queen Orion out or bunches of little creatures, and you need to get their shields, and they've got 1 shield, so especially in this case, they've got a shield, you've got 8 mana, there you go, game over. Other situations like that. So basically what this allows you to do is either reuse a card later, or simply just play a creature right out of your graveyard with, your discard pile, technically. So play a creature right out of your discard pile for 2 more than it would normally cost. It's pretty effective. I already kind of went over why Bone Blades is in there, and Scaredorable as well. So, well, Bat Breath Scaredorable. I guess I'm running 2 different kinds of Scaredorbles. The Scaredorable I've already gone over, breaks things. This Razorkinder definitely does some good things, and this Bat Breath are all very good. And that's it for the Darkness creatures. I mean, the thing that makes this deck what it is like what I've not run. Darkness has a lot of good discard power, and I'm running 1. Skull Shatter would be a good one for me, as opposed to Razorkinder Puppet, except for the fact that Skull Shatter, by the time I can play it, it's not saving me from the big stuff, like Crimson Wyvern. That's what I need it for, is I need this to be able to stop things like Crimson Wyvern, because blockers just get annihilated like that, and even if you have something like Storm Spark Blast, it's hard to recover from a complete blocker wipe, unless it's a close game at that point and you can win the next turn. But even then, they could probably get at the few creatures that you have that can attack too. If they have enough to kill you and kill your creatures, they will probably go for killing your creatures in case of the Holy Awe or Storm Spark Blast. And that was my thinking on that. I just couldn't fit in the discard engine in full. Like, I wanted to use the, I'm drawing a blank on the name, but the new discard creature that is an Aqua Seneschal that makes them discard. I wanted to use Fumes, I wanted to use other stuff like that, Spectre Claw, but this is already 44 cards, I think. It's big enough, and I don't know what to cut. Like, I'm satisfied with the other stuff in it, but I feel like this deck doesn't have enough control without regular Razorkinder, and it doesn't, and other stuff like that. And it doesn't have strong enough creatures to kill things. Really, it's got 6,000 is its most powerful, except for the two of these, which are pretty easy to kill these days. And I'm not sure how it's going to work. I think I'm basically just going to be kind of slightly controlling and keeping my draw power up and searching and all that kind of stuff until I can do crazy things like use this Scaredorable or choose their one card to discard from their hand, or even Queen Orion just attacking and being unblockable. And the blockers would basically stop serving their prevent the little people from blocking or keep me alive purpose, and either suicide block or whatever they need to do to keep my finishers alive. Obviously, as I said, Bat Breath is for the early game, and early game is mostly draw power and control, and I'll have a few little creatures that I can use later on, so that if these guys get killed off, then I can always Storm Spark blast my way in for the last few shields and the last swing for game. So I don't know, any opinions you guys have? I probably won't be able to get this up right away. I might get it up in time for you guys to see it before my tournament and give me some advice, but other than that, I'll have a trade binder video up, missing some stuff, as has been mentioned here, and I got quite a few very rares spare, and I've got Dojo Edition super rares. Quite a few of those I've got spare. So I would hope you guys will check that out. If I can't get what I need in trades, I'm going to go to eBay and sell all my trades and get what I need. Any advice on this deck? I mean, the lack of discard power is really killing me. Before I didn't have too much either, but now really I've only got one. It's tough for me to know exactly what this is going to be, what things are going to shape the format here, and what kind of things are going to change this game from this pack. I've seen a lot of good cards, and I don't know how to respond to them yet. For me, it's day one of the pack being out. I got the stuff yesterday, because I got it a day early, as I said, in the openings, but I don't know when you guys will see this, definitely not today. And I haven't played anyone with this stuff yet, so it's hard for me to know what's going to happen. I wanted to get this out there, and it's a new deck, so it's a new deck for me. I don't know how many of you guys have proxied and stuff. I didn't bother doing that, especially because we didn't know everything that was out or going to be out, and it's just different. I don't know if it'll work because it's different. If it ran the same basic engine and just upgraded some stuff, like upgraded Sagans to Dark Scaredorables and maybe upgraded a few other things, but basically ran the same, I'd know it would work. Maybe not against some of the newer stuff, but I would know it would work. This, I don't even know if it'll work 100%. I've been testing it. It seems like it'll work fairly well, but I can't be sure. So that's why I wanted to come to you guys, get it out there, see what you guys think. But overall, I think it is a fairly good deck for this point. With what I have, I don't have quite everything, but I have the vast majority of this pack. So if there's any cards from the set that you think I should be running and I'm not, or if there's any changes whatsoever you think I could make to this that would make it better, please just leave what you would take out and what you would add total, so this deck would run better, in your opinion, or just any suggestions and not even take this out, add this in replacement. Anything would be nice. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking around this whole time if you're still here, and I would really appreciate the advice. So thanks, guys. Have a nice day.